Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this particular video we are going to discuss about the BiConsumer again, but we are going to use our person repository. Okay, so let's create a new class file BiConsumer person example. So I need to have a main method here. Okay, so let's create a method to print the person information like your name and hobbies and all, right? So static void print person details. So here what we are going to do is we are going to create a multiple consumers here by consumers. Okay, let me create a by consumer here. By consumer, the first parameter is going to be your name maybe. So string, and second hobbies is a list of string, right? So we can provide a list of string. So the first parameter is my name, second parameter is my list of hobbies. So here person consumer. So the implementation is going to be the first two parameters, name, comma, hobbies. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to print the information, right? So, name, place, and hobbies. Okay. So what is wrong here? Why are you saying error? Okay, I need to import the list. So if you want to import, you can simply use shortcut Control Shift O. Okay. So now I have a person consumer ready, which will accept two inputs and it will print the data. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to retrieve all the person information. So I need to have a list of persons here. Person, list of person list equals. So we are going to retrieve the information from person repository, right? Person repository dot get all persons. So now we have a list of person list, a list of persons. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to iterate the information, iterate this particular list, and we are using the consumer to print the data, right? So let's do that. So person list dot, we are going to use the for each method, for each, and person, the lambda expression. So here what we're gonna do is we are going to use that person consumer. See, person consumer dot accept. The first parameter is going to be name, right? So person dot get name, and the second parameter is gonna be hobbies, the list of hobbies. So person dot get hobbies, right? So just look at the code. It's very simple, right? So what basically we are doing, I'm just trying to iterate each and every person information, and I'm using the consumer to print the data. See here, you don't have any implementation or any method body definitions and all because everything is here. We are just make use of this person consumer. So whenever you are trying to pass some string or list of string, you can use this particular consumer. Okay, let's call this method and we'll see. Okay, so let's run this, right? Like run as Java application. See the name of the person and the hobbies of the particular personality. So we got those information in a proper way. Okay, so you can try some your own exercise also. So you can get familiar with those all those things. So we can try something else also. Let's create another. consumer. We can try the and method also. I mean and then method. So the first one is going to be string and second is going to be a double. Why I'm going to use the double here? The reason is I'm going to print the person name and his salary or his or her salary. So here salary consumer. So the first input is going to be name and second input is going to be salary. So we are going to do the same thing here. So it's not going to print and print name salary. Okay. So now if you see this particular line number person listed for each person dot person consumer dot accept, and it will get the these two parameters, which is nothing but the person consumer. Let's try to modify or let's create it new. I'm trying to iterate it again for each. Let me come on this one. So let me come on this one. So the for each method will accept consumer person. So the first what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the person consumer and pass the relevant information dot accept. But we are trying to use the and then method, right? So will it work or not? Okay. So if you see here and then consumer person consumer or salary consumer. See, you're not able to get those information here in the reference. Do you identify why it is not able to identify this particular consumer here? Because normally when you use the and then method, it will be able to find out the another consumer. If you take a look at the previous example, say the consumer, add consumer and then sub consumer. This and then method will be able to identify sub consumer and also multiple consumer. But in this case here, it is not accepting it. The problem is, it's a very simple thing, okay? This particular Pi consumer, it takes two different parameters. And this particular Pi consumer, it is taking two different kind of types of data as input. So both are different. So though both are Pi consumer, but both of them taking different kind of data set. So we cannot use the and then here. Got it? So what you can do is, you can still use the same thing. Except let's try to iterate again. Accept, and we're gonna use a person dot get name and person dot get hobbies. So how I'm going to use the salary consumer here, right? You might have the same question in your mind. So what we can do is, it's just a straightforward logic. So I don't want to blindly print everything. Okay, I want to put some condition over it. So what you can do is just open a body here, okay, and keep it your person consumer inside, correct, and close it, and then you can use a salary consumer here. Salary consumer dot accept, it accept a string and a double. So person dot get name, person dot get name, and the second parameter person dot get salary, right? Person dot get salary. See, now it will work. What is happening here? Okay, so the first consumer accept two parameters. One is string, another is a list. So this is indicate the first one, and this is the second one. Now let's run this. Just run this. See, you can see the person and the hobbies and the person name with the salary. So you can try these things also. If you want to use the and then method, you can still do that. But what you're gonna do, just make sure you'll have the same kind of consumer, same data set of, I mean, input types. So then your consumer, the for each method and then method will be able to identify there is another consumer which holds the same kind of data. Okay. With this, we are came to the end of the particular video. So in the next video, what we are going to discuss, we are again going to discuss about the another important the functional interface, which is nothing but the predicate. Okay. Let's see each other in the next video. Thank you.